At this point, having this in hand and have clear most of the stuff there, I'm going to tackle this one. This being an Eagle Hitch, it should be standing straight. So as you can see, there's a video I can show you. You insert a pin and then you move forward, and when this one is not bent like this, and it's just snap back and it holds the pin. But there's no any kind of a sway bar or something like that, so it's only held by the pin. I'm going to see what's going on with the pins. I'm feeling that there might be no pin on this side. Yeah, that's correct. It's coming out. This pin so far seems not too bad. It might be this part is elongated. I think there's no pin this side, just because those two parts are the same. Oh, there's a lot of material missing there. Oh, you can see this one is split open. Yep. This one is split open. Okay. 3/4 of an inch, and the worst, oh, it's missing only 30,000 of an inch, maybe. Worst point there, not even 30 maximum. 20 to 30,000 of an inch. It's not too much. What about this one? Could be this one. So yeah, almost 40,000 of an inch. Okay. Oh, I'm glad I got some round stock for this. I don't know if these I keep these pins just in case, but I made new pins out of this. Okay, I got this pin, 3/4 of an inch. I got this mechanical tube, which is 3/4 and 1" and I got this other mechanical tube. So I'm going to have all this material to hold the pin. So instead of messing with this, which is pretty much done, there are some copper bushings, but actually they're not much gone. I'm going to just simply cut this and weld a new one. So I have double wall. I'll put the zerk at the middle, and inside I'll make a groove along all the around the pipe. I might do some groove this way and holes so that the grease can go all around the pin. And I also will weld these ends. Just make sure that the grease is not going around this surface, but on the inner surface. So I set this one at 2 inches. I'm going to do the groove. Perfect. And I need the other one too. So this one is grooved. So next I'm going to do the small holes through holes. Most likely when I will be assembling this, I'll have the hole made for the zerk first, and maybe I may line this up this side. Okay, I got the holes made. I might deburr them, just make sure that the not going to. Anyways, if they go, if they slide in, I'm fine with that. Yeah. Doesn't have to slide anyways. Yep. And I have this one, so these all will match like this. So this all would match this, and grease should theoretically go this way, this way, this way, all this way. Fine. So if there's any canal being blocked, worst case, I remove the zerk, make a hole through. So I'm going to thread this with 1/8 NPT, which is the zerk I got. Yep. I'm not used to NPT. I don't know where I have to go. Should I go further or not? At least I know I'm beyond the wall here. Seems perfect for me. I think this one will fit right in. I keep it like this because I don't want any splatter going inside these fine threads. Okay, I keep one half turn just in case that I do make the mistake to weld the arm this way. So I still have some room inside. I'm going to round these corners to make sure that I can weld in between that pipe and this one, and yet do not have any. I would have to buff this again, and maybe I use this step drill to open up the edge. That is perfect. Okay, here is what I got. I got the chamfer in, chamfer out. I'm going to match them so that the hole will match the middle of that groove, like this, so I can take from inside. You can see them. Okay, perfectly. I get the holes, 3 holes, the slot, same thing, opposite side, and I'm going to match the zerk to be on this side, or this side, doesn't matter, like this, and I'm going to weld it. The top, where there's the chamfer. Okay, I did the weld in the chamfer, and I did grind the weld too. It's not perfect, but actually the smallest hole that you can get there is nothing to compare to the hole I did made inside. So whatever is easier, the grease will go this way, and hopefully it will not go too much on the sides. That could be Murphy's Law. I'm going to test this to see if it does work according to plan. Yes, it does. So let's try to grease this. Yep. You haven't seen it splashing on the other side. There's some grease coming out this way too. So basically it's working. I got this set up on the floor because my workbench is really crowded. I put a piece of straight metal into the attachment. I put these exactly at 32, which is the outer distance on the tractor, and I also fixed the end arm to make sure that I get at least 26 inches inside, like category 1, and not more than 29 because I have some attachment that could go there. So I go like this for now. I did check for a quick check as it can be. We can get the grill on this. To have this square as much as possible. At the end this will still be 2 separated arms, but with these new bushings they keep the arms really straight, so I have to weld them really straight in the first place. So I think I lost a few footage. I did insert the pins. They are kind of really tight. That's no side plate. I'm going to lay the arms on the pail, which is typically the eighth of the attachment. Like this. So I did tack weld the bushings only. I need to be maximum at 29. I'm at 28 and 5/8. Perfect. And inside, I barely have 26, which is the category 1 attachment measurement in between the pins. So I'm dead on. I couldn't be better than this. So next I'm going to remove the pins and make the full weld. I might get one left and one right, just in case that I was not perfectly, yeah, it could be like this, I wouldn't. So these arms turns really well. I did weld it a lot. There was a gap about 1/4 of an inch, so I did have the chance to weld really hot, which is really good. And I did buff because there was some old paint, and I did repair a little bit there. There was this tractor being abused a lot, not by me, I tell you that. And it was already broken and welded, but not too well. That's not perfect, but I think that will hold for my whole life if necessary. So before putting these arms on, I still want to make some work on the whole bar, rollover protection. I might add some reinforcing, so before putting these on, I'll remove the rollover protection system. So most likely I'll add some material there and here and make some gusset at the top, which will be more than enough to have it strong enough. It's kind of stiff, a little bit, on this. This is a 20-pound arm. Doesn't want to go down. I'm going to put some grease in. Seems better. Okay. Okay, I will start with the difficult one. Okay, this one has to be linked with the, at this point there's the levers for the hydraulic, and there's one lever linked to this to interlock so that the lift is not going to reach beyond the point inside of the cylinder of the stroke. First thing, I'll clean this surface to make sure that there's no paint on it. So same applies with this surface. Okay, so this one must be going somewhere like this. Sure. Yep, would make sense like this. Okay. So there's some special splines that you make sure that you are at the right spot. Only thing I need to do is to put that cover on. Okay, that spring is because there's some air compressed inside, which is a good sign because the seal is doing its work. Okay. Next is to grease this until there's some grease coming out. Okay, see it coming. Now it's important not over grease this because the excess is also falling inside of the transmission. Okay, for this one I have to remake a pin because I had to cut a bit of it, so I have to weld it back together. For now I'll put that here. Okay.